I just hated it. I hated it from beginning to the end. Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adeoye, and this is DISBYDEM. Yep, I'm sick. You can hear it in my voice, but today we're gonna be talking about Romance in the House, which is a Korean TV series that's streaming now on Netflix. It's all done now, so you can go watch all the episodes on Netflix. Yeah, without let's just get into it. So I was supposed to do a live on this, but I've been so sick, I had to cancel the live. I just really got my voice back. I just got it to the point where it doesn't modulate by itself. and so and I really wanted to do the review for this because it's so fresh in my mind. I really just finished the show and I wanted to talk about it. I would have really liked to talk about it on the live, one on one, us going back and forth, but everything happens the way it's supposed to happen, so I'm not really bothered. We'll do another live some other day. But Romance in the House, the story goes, after his business crashes, a man disappears from his family for 11 years. When he makes a return as their wealthy landlord, a messy reunion ensues. So the first couple episodes of this were not they were a bit slow, especially the first episode. It was very draggy. One of the reasons why I watched this. So the show stars Son Na-eun, Che Min-ho, Ji Jin-hee, Yoon Sun-ha, and Kim Ji-so. Those are the main characters, the main five that the show kind of revolves around. I'm sure you can hear the wheezing in my voice. Hopefully, it's not too distracting, guys. Sorry, I'm sick and I have asthma as well, so it's a double gonad punch. But the show evolves around these guys, and the reason why I actually watched the show was because of Son Na-eun. And if you guys know, if you've heard my review on Cinderella and the Four Knights, you will know. You probably can guess why I watched it. I watched it because I wanted to make sure that she had redeemed herself. Not like it was her fault, but she had redeemed herself from that character that she played in Cinderella and the Four Knights. You know that woe is me. Will he love me? When will he come back to me? Throughout the entire series, I was so done with her that I was like, carry your load and go. He doesn't want you. I tell you, the way I would be screaming at my screen whenever she was on, saying, "Get out of here! He doesn't want you. Why are you hanging around?" I mean, he did want her in the end, but I just didn't like that character. Oh, when will he come back? Oh, I'm so heartbroken. I just hated it. I hated it from beginning to the end. So I watched this hoping that she would redeem herself from now on, and she was the complete opposite in this one, which I loved. She was very strong-willed, very strong-minded, very stubborn, because when her dad left, she'd heard some things that he said. It's gonna be some spoilers. She heard some things that he said, you know, she hated him and she had to be the breadwinner for the family for those, like, most of those 11 years, so that she could give her mom a break. So she was very strong-willed and I loved it. And then when I started watching it, Cho Min Ho, I was like, why does he look so familiar? you know and then I googled him and realized that he was on Run for the Money. I loved that show. Loved it. If you haven't seen Run for the Money, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's like, I don't know, 4 episodes or something like that, where they bring, I thought the show was Japanese and he's Korean, so it is Japanese, and I didn't know he was Korean. It's just like, oh my god, mind blown. But he was so good on it, and he was this close, this close. I really felt for him on the show. But yeah, he was on that, and then after googling, I found out that he's a K-pop. He was an idol, or is an idol, is an actor. I was like, I've never seen him in anything except for Run for the Money. I just really fell in love with him even more, knowing that he was the one for Run for the Money. That's how I imprint on people, guys. I find them in my favorite shows and then I never forget them. It's just the way I am. Um, Moving to the story, the overall series was fine. It's very feel good, happy. Everything ends well, which after some of the heavy ones that we watch, we can actually appreciate. Excuse me. Will I watch it again? Probably not. It's not really that kind of series where you watch multiple times. But it did have some funny moments throughout. Like I said, episode 1 and 2 were a drag. But it does pick up. Now they alluded to some kind of conspiracy here and there. And with the way it even started, when when the fire broke out and everything, and the original landlord died and everything, I was like, it's not strong enough for me to suspect um Jin Hee-ji, who plays Mujin, who is my favorite character in the entire thing. He is fan freaking tastic. He is a zaddy in this, and honestly, I was there for it. I was more interested in the older couple's romance than the younger couple's romance, and I'll get to that in a bit. So, like the suspense that they were alluding to in the beginning, I was like, there's not enough to bite on this. I'm very sure there's a genuine explanation for why this man is rich and he has returned. And in the end, when you find out how he got the money, it's kind of like a one form. It's like, oh, that's what happened. I mean, it was good in the end. Like he was kind of like the Robin Hood for his community. But it's like I wish he had done something different, kind of like prove the naysayers wrong, because he was absolutely horrendous at business. There's nothing that this man touched that ended up well. So I would have preferred a storyline where he actually went away for 11 years, worked hard, figured out his shit, came back successful, than the way he got his money. But it's fine. He has the money. They're rich. That's all that matters right now in this economy, especially. So he comes back. He's trying to win his wife back. His wife like doesn't want to give him time of the day, obviously, because of everything that went down in the past. His children, his son is actually on his side. That one takes him back with open arms, but his daughter is like, fuck off and die, Rita. Doesn't want to hear of it. She's just not interested. But the daughter is also dealing with her own stuff at work, falling in love with this guy. It was kind of like not really enemies to lovers trope, but kind of like not really ready for you, but the love kind of smacks you out of nowhere. And were they cute? Yes, I really love Tae Pyong. That's Min Ho's character. I love Tae Pyong. Honestly, put him in a pocket-sized figurine, and I will carry him in my pocket everywhere I go. I love Tae Pyong, and I like Miri, which is Na-eun's character. I love Miri. I like the strong girl trope. Love it. She was strong when she needed to be, and she was soft, when she needed to be. Love that. My only thing is that both of them together, I didn't feel the chemistry. Like it wasn't like it was horrible. It wasn't horrible. I would say maybe the chemistry was like 65%. So it could go either way. The chemistry between Mujin and Aeon, who is the mother and father, the older couple, was a lot stronger for me. And I don't know if as actors their chemistry just meshed better, or it's something that has to come that came with experience because they're older actors and they just know how to fuse that. Like I don't know what it was, but I was more interested in the older couple's chemistry than the younger couple's chemistry. Even though I loved seeing the younger couple together. They did well. They did well. If I had to rate it, I would give it a strong 7.5 out of 10. If I had to give it a rating, to be honest. But I'm not going back to watch this any day, anytime. I'll rather go watch something. I'll rather hmm. Yeah, that would be saying I'll rather rewatch Goblin. Even though Goblin, just thinking about Goblin makes me cry. But that was such a strong story where, they had everything. They had humor, they had heartbreak, they had God, they just everything is in there. So if you rewatch it, there's always something to sink your teeth into, and it's something that you can go back to over and over again. I will not be watching Romance in the House over and over again. Or maybe if they do a dubbed version, I could put it on the background. But I would say give it a watch at least once. I thought that they did well for what they had. The storyline was fine. It wasn't spectacular by any means, but it was fine. But the funny moments were really, really funny. And Ji Jin Hee really does carry this series on his head. I loved him. As soon as he came on the scene, you know, from everything, him losing his family, going away, finding, the cause of his loss and everything, coming back, being a hero to the community, the intrigue, the nosy neighbors, like, I think it worked well for them. And I would say that you should watch it at least once if you haven't seen it. So yeah, this is what I was going to talk about on the live. Anyway, so now you guys have it. I really do like doing these reviews. I think most especially I might be watching the TV shows on the background and then be doing reviews for them. I feel like that's what I would do. I like reactions, but I like reality TV, and that's why my reactions are mostly to reality TV content because personally, I just feel like because it has to do with real people. There's more to there's a lot to sink your. I don't know if I'm hungry, because I keep sinking my teeth into. I don't know why it's talking, guys. I'm sick, so it's taking a lot of brain power to speak and think right now. Because I don't know why I am sinking my teeth into everything today. Oh Lord, help me, Lord. But like I said, in reality TV, there's just a lot more context and a lot more there's a lot more going for them. I want There's a lot more going for them, and there's a lot more to dissect in those than TV shows. But I do watch the TV shows. I just don't talk about them because I'm like, okay, I don't have a review. I don't have anything out there. So what am I doing? But anyways, you guys get the point. Be sure to follow on all my socials. Check out Patreon. We have a lot of fun there. We're wrapping up 19 to 20 of Patreon this month, and also starting love every time Love Catcher 2 Jeju Island. That's already started episode 1, and I think 2 should be dropping or should have dropped by the time this video goes up. So there's a lot of things happening on Patreon, guys. Be sure to check them out. There's also a lot of free stuff on there as well, so check that out. Do all the right things, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.